Hi there YouTube, my name is Pixar Prime 10 and I am very excited to be bringing you this video today. Today you and I are going to look at the first toy that I purchased from the Toy Story 4 movie. The movie has been out for nearly a month now, so obviously I've seen it, and I'm sure a lot of you have too. Which means a lot of you are probably familiar with this character right here, Forky. Of course, with every installment of Toy Story comes its new characters, but by far my favorite new character introduced in this iteration of Toy Story is Forky. For a spork and some googly eyes, he had a lot of character in the movie. So when the Toy Story 4 toys started popping up on shelves, I knew before I even saw the movie that I was going to want a version of Forky. But I actually opted to get the version that you see here. I didn't get the Toy Story Collection version. Well, because in my opinion, I didn't want a version that was that big. Forky should be, well, the size of a real-life spork. And the big one that had interactive sounds and whatnot was too big, and didn't scale well with my other Toy Story figures. So I decided to get the smaller pull-and-go Forky with wacky action. Forky is enclosed in a nice clamshell packaging with a card on the back featuring the Toy Story 4 logo in the top right, and of course a really nice picture of Woody on the left. On the bottom it says his name, a picture of what he does, and says it has pull-and-go action. On the back of the packaging, we have an illustration of how the toy works, as well as an explanation in the top left, and again, the Toy Story 4 logo, with the gang of toys on the bottom here. I really love the illustration of all of the toys in the bottom of the box there. Especially Woody chasing Forky on the left. One of the most hysterical parts of Toy Story 4 illustrated right there on the box. So I'm curious, was Forky right? Was he meant to be thrown away, or is he meant to be played with? Well, let's get him out of his box and find out. Alright, and now that I have Forky out of his packaging and out in front of me and in my hands, I have to say I really like this toy. Before I actually bought it, I said to myself, well, in the movie, Forky is a toy that Bonnie makes herself. So what's stopping me from buying a spork and all the other materials and making my own Forky? I figured if I wanted the most movie-accurate Forky possible, I could just make my own. And while that's still true, I actually really enjoy this version. For the time being, if I'm a little too busy to get to making my own, I really enjoy the way this guy looks. Both in terms of the character in the movie and this actual version, while this is a very simple toy, the detail is really great. Just like in the movie, Forky has his googly eyes, so as much as you shake him, his eyes will go in all sorts of directions. And I think that is one of the best parts of Forky's character design. The fact that he's never really looking in any specific direction, because his eyes are going in a bunch of different directions. One thing that I'm not in love with per se is the facial expression they chose. A big part of Forky's character in the movie is he was scared and nervous and was trying to run away. So I think I would prefer a more freaked out, scared face for Forky, but there's also many other versions of Forky that I could have gotten that don't have this face. But in terms of the gimmick that this toy has, this face actually does make a lot of sense. You also have the blush on the side of his face, which is some great detail, and his arms look really good. While they are hard plastic and aren't actually soft pipe cleaners, you can see the detail and the texture on it makes it look like it is. Coming down to his feet here, you can see the big wad of what I believe is some sort of form of model magic or clay, which is basically just a big lump that holds Forky's body and his feet together. And of course we have his popsicle stick feet, which don't actually look like popsicle sticks, they look more like brown plastic things, but you have the rainbow sticker there, which is actually a sticker, which I do appreciate that it's not just painted on there. That is good detail to the movie. But unfortunately, it does not say Bonnie underneath his feet. In terms of articulation, well, Forky doesn't really have much. Although in the movies you could really make his arms do whatever you wanted because they're pipe cleaners, here they just wiggle up and down like this, which is actually pretty cool when we're going to get to the gimmick later. And as you might have seen, his feet do go up and down a little bit, but again, that's all part of the gimmick. So with all toys comes their most attractive feature, and the coolest part about this Forky is that he's not just Forky. Leave it to Thinkway Toys to take a toy that's inspired from an eating utensil and turn it into something fun. From the trailers of the movie alone, you can tell that one of the aspects of the story of Toy Story 4 is that Forky just wants to throw himself away because he thinks he's trash, and Woody, being the loyal toy that he is to Bonnie, tries his hardest to make sure that Forky can't escape him. On the box, it was advertised that Forky has pull-and-go features. Well, just like your favorite toy car, Forky has a feature where when you take him and pull him back, he's gonna run away. I think this is an absolutely fantastic feature. Not only does it fit Forky's character perfectly...
No. I am not a toy. I'm a spork. I was made for soup, salad, maybe chili, and then the trash.
But the way in which this toy moves really perfectly captures animation of the character from the movie. Everything from Forky's body waddling side to side to his arms going up and down like this in fear. And especially because Forky is a character in the movie that isn't afraid to come alive in front of humans just to get to a bucket of trash, it really is awesome to have your own little Forky moving across your playroom. And the more you wind him up, the more he wants to run away, and the more it's going to be harder to catch him. But when I try and think of a scene of Forky from Toy Story 4, I'm probably going to think of him trying to run away, which is why this is an absolutely perfect feature for this character. As one of the main characters of Toy Story 4, Forky has absolutely earned his place in the Toy Story universe. He added a whole new layer of character to what we know as toys in the Toy Story movies. And before the movie even came out, I knew he was going to be an essential part of any Toy Story collector's collection. So, as a Toy Story collector myself, I recommend that you add a Forky to your collection. And you have a lot of options. Thinkway Toys has released a lot of different versions of this character. But in terms of what's best for your collection, well, that's up to you. I personally really like this Forky because, well, it scales really nicely with my other toys, and it actually has a really great play feature that really makes it look like the character has come to life. But whether you make your own Forky or buy one off of a toy shelf, I definitely think he deserves a spot in your Toy Story collection. But with a toy as simple as a spork, there's not much more I can say. So I really hope you all enjoyed this video. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Have yourselves a great day.